I don't feel good.
Kat gave me that chicken sandwich. I feel like I'm on Hot Ones right now.
Real quick, you're white, so when Kat goes, hey, how spicy you want your chicken sandwich? We want it white hot, Kat. Meaning Caucasian hot. For me, medium.
God damn it, Kat.
Brian kept on saying that he's Sicilian and that he could handle it.
You drive me nuts.
I saw a single tear coming down.
I know. I lived
Just
in
his
India and
left eye.
Pakistan. That they have hot food.
I ate 2 medium. I feel so sick because I've been fasting all day. That was a bad idea.
I mean, I feel like you put hot coals in my mouth. I'm dying right now.
But why the left eye just crying? Is that just your feminine eye?
That's my perv eye.
Hey, Kat, is there even hotter than the hot?
Yeah, there is extra hot and then howlin'.
Chin, what'd you get?
I got medium.
What do I have?
You have hot.
Medium, Chin?
Medium.
You're
But medium hot.
Korean.
It's medium hot.
But mine's medium.
But I want to enjoy. I don't want to like Brian's doing right now.
Dude, well, we should have got the Thai hot or whatever the atomic hot or whatever.
My poor asshole.
the howlin'?
One of us should have got howlin'.
I'll get you
That's
guys
the problem
chicken
with
wings
hot.
next time.
No,
It's not going in, it's going out.
My asshole's
I
gonna
feel
be like,
sick.
But you know,
feel
different
sick.
peppers have different effects. For me, jalapenos are the worst coming out.
Oh, those ain't shit.
No, those are the worst.
Really?
For me? But I can have like hot buffalo. I'm fine. I can have hot curry, green curry. It fucks me up though.
Yeah, it just depends, right?
Yeah.
Real the spicy food in the world is like real Thai food. Like real Thai hot.
It's
you go
too
to
hot.
actual Thai place, which I've been with our friend Buster Siam. If we go there, it's like you can't even finish the goddamn bowl. Who's eating that
do
shit?
you know why they use spices in food?
Preserves, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Any other stupid
I
questions?
know.
There's those young peppers that have that tingly thing. Have you ever had those ones? Those like young peppers? And you get them, you can go to like, you get like a young type of pepper and you get this tingle in your mouth. It's hot, but it's also like tingly. Like
then
you're
it hits
having like
later?
a pop rock.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it's like a pop rock, but hot.
Well, the hottest,
We have
the
that.
hottest pepper is
Somebody knows
ghost
about
pepper,
that.
right?
Yeah, it's the hottest.
Ghost pepper, they say.
No, I
Have you
think
had a
it's
ghost pepper?
Carolina Reaper.
Oh, that we've been over this Carolina Reaper. Now, is that just in the Carolinas? Is that an American pepper?
Yeah, they
Hashtag
made like
America.
a hybrid of 2 different
Fuck
peppers
yeah.
to do
You're
that.
damn right.
Carolina Reaper?
Yeah.
You never heard of that?
Oh, my head's hot. My head's on fire. What did you say? I can't hear you. My hearing went down by about 40%.
Holy shit! Look at that. Bomb.
That looks like when they tore the heart out.
It looks like a
Indiana
hemorrhoid.
Jones.
That looks like a hemorrhoid.
Yeah. It looks like a devil.
I've had one look like that.
It looks like
but
a
purple.
rectal prolapse.
God,
God
that looks
damn.
That's what it looks
terrible.
like, actually.
It's called a pucker.
Don't
It's
eat
the
anything
pucker
that looks
butt.
like a rectal prolapse.
It comes from the Pucker Butt Pepper Company.
Who can eat real spicy shit? You, Cat?
I can eat pretty
Me?
spicy.
Whiten up.
Hey, we have Aubrey Marcus on the podcast. We should probably introduce him.
Everyone knows Aubrey.
I know, but his voice has a unique timbre. You smell good, and I don't say that to
He
men.
looks good too.
Yeah, thanks.
Gave him a
sir.
little huggy puggy, and he
he's
smells like fucking warm
Great
wood.
kicks.
It smells like warm wood. Those are Gucci, huh?
Hey, sweet boots, Brian.
Shut up, Brendan. These are my Blundstone from Australia. Don't insult the continent of Australia. I want those. I'm too. Wow. I don't know how to dress.
You don't wear those Gucci ones we got you.
They're a little too tight on the old.
Because you gotta wear them, they break in.
Okay.
That leather break. I don't. You know what? Don't fucking wear them.
No, I will.
No, don't wear them.
No, I'm going to.
Let's do that.
Tonight I'll wear them. I promise.
Aubrey sent us a text that drove me pretty nuts. And also, I want to kick this off. You're a liar. You're a goddamn liar. Sent us text saying, hey guys, check out my new Instagram post. Bring that shit up, Chen.
Yeah, bring it up.
Saying he's not going to have sex anymore.
Hold on. Let's read it, and then
Let's read the exact post. I don't want to.
because I want to get into this.
Yeah, me too. Because I think you're insane.
Yeah. Oh, hey,
crazy
take
move.
it easy. Hey, it's his fucking life. He needs some
But it's the move.
support, dude.
He also needs better ideas.
All right. Well, maybe we'll
I've
do that.
needed better ideas for a while.
Maybe
that's
we're-
the,
maybe
that's
we're
the
here.
issue.
Where were you then,
That's
man?
the issue, man. I've
Well,
been in
world,
constant
Far
need,
right. Here it goes.
I've been in constant need of better
Well,
ideas.
world, ... I'm giving up sex, period, indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
Now, hold on. First of all, you 14,000 people that like this can suck my dick. It says, no, my IG, I didn't get hacked. It'd be funny if you did. I love sex. I'm not an addict to it, but no, I definitely am. But it's the single biggest thing that is holding me back from serving my purpose.
Catch a
It causes
cold.
me to party, spend money, catch a cold, and waste time.
Catch a cold is
Catch
funny.
a cold?
Yep,
Well, yeah,
for
because you
sure.
stay up and you do shit you're not supposed to.
Yeah, because you're up
Oh, you
late.
mean
you're
living?
you're
Brendan!
making out with people.
Brendan,
Hey,
what?
dude, I'm gonna hurt you. If
I'm
you put
supportive
on
of him.
another front like you did last podcast, I'm gonna
What
rip your
I
fucking
did
hair
last
off.
podcast.
Just fake.
Just a liar?
Just fake.
I'm here to support my friend,
Hold on,
dude.
let's keep reading this. I've tried every relationship type except this one. So there's a reason for that. So here we go. My goal is 6 months. My rule is I can't receive sexual pleasures from anyone, including...
Take it easy, Brendan. Brendan, be supportive.
You can't jack off.
No, he
jacking
can't.
off.
He's keeping his diamond. I've done this.
Let's see how it goes. Any tips or anyone out there? Longest I've gone is 3 weeks, and I had a wet dream at a teenager after 18 days.
Look, when I
Hold on. First comment. Love this, brother. I've instilled the same practice deep in my relationship.
to myself,
I want to understand me and my connection to sex several times. Similarly, no sexual pleasure, full stop for me. For me, it was epic. I'm into guys now.
Look at that support.
Let's throw him in a flying headlock. I want to do like this to that guy. As he's writing, I want to come out of nowhere and go, hey, gay! And just go, get on the ground.
He put longest was about 12 months for me. However, the body knows I had a wet dream or two, but it was out of my hands. You feel me?
Yeah. Here's the
Either
problem.
way, you're going to have some fun and gain deeper insights into you. Interesting thing is, it's quite different to other sources of the conscious expansion. Best of luck with this, my man.
Nice guy. Now, here's the thing, Ob. That's great. That's that guy. I've been to the playground called the On It Studios or whatever it's
The
called.
Aubrey Studios.
The
yeah.
Aubrey Studios. And there isn't a flat ass to be found. And by the way,
Guy or gal.
best looking guys and gals I've ever seen.
Agreed.
People are working out.
Agreed.
So enjoy that and good luck. I'm impressed.
called the sweatshop.
Do you think the Buddha could have been the Buddha if he didn't live in the palace and first have all the feasts and
First
all
of
the
all,
sex?
I like the way
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
you
like
have
where
to have abundance.
You don't talk
and
to
then
him.
once
He's
you
not
have
supportive.
abundance, then you can. Like,
I'm
let it
the
go.
only reasonable one here. Dude, Buddha's fat.
He's not fat, dude. That's
Why do you
from the
think he's
statues.
fat?
Brendan, that's from the statues, you fucking...
Buddha's fat.
No, man.
Jesus not fat.
Depends on the
The
statue.
Siddhartha Gautama, who became the Buddha, which means the enlightened one.
Well, the enlightened one was...
Get your
The
finger out of
enlightened
my...
one was not keto.
Oh, put it in my...
He loved food.
Huh?
He loved food. He indulged in food. So he wasn't that disciplined, was
No, listen. He did live on a cup of rice, tried to do that. He goes, no, I need moderation. So he ate some food.
Moderation?
He wasn't shredded.
He ate all the food.
He wasn't shredded.
He ate all the food.
He
ate all the
shredded.
food.
You don't
That's
know
your
that.
God?
No, you don't know that. The bottom line
This isn't about you.
I support him.
Oh, I want to hurt you so bad. You do not support him.
Dude, I train. I just
But
gave him shit.
where did this come from?
Okay, so there's a couple different things. One, fucking open relationship for one is an amazing thing that I think everybody should try, but it's almost guaranteed not to work. But it's worth it.
That's important to dial it on for a sec.
It's fucking
You really
worth,
tried.
It's worth it. I tried really hard.
Doesn't work.
And I think you learn a lot about yourself and you grow and you become a better person. But the problem is that it's almost impossible to execute continually, because the thing is that novelty of the new person creates this thing what the science calls limerence, which is this new relationship energy where you become temporarily obsessed with the new person that you're seeing.
Preach.
So you're in this relationship with someone that you love dearly, and then they find somebody else
This
and
how I
they're
am with
just
cars.
fucking obsessed with them,
Yeah.
right? And that thing is almost impossible
It
to
is
deal
impossible.
with.
You can take almost out of that sentence.
Yeah. So like no matter how much you know them, how much love you've shared,
new
how
toy.
long you've been with them, like they'll find some new person, and that new person, whoever that is, will be the obsession of their mind, of their body, of their life for a little while. And I've been the person who's been obsessed, and then my partner's been the person who's been obsessed. So that thing in and of itself is almost impossible to transcend. And I think it is possible, but you have to get to such a state
I don't
of
know, dude.
It's
It's
like
can I ask-
so
can I interject
narrow.
with
Phil
thing?
Jackson of how.
I have to
Imagine all these egos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do have
It's
one thing to
hard.
interject. There is a possibility to be committed to the person, but then to say, I'm not going to try to control that person's behavior in any way. Like, sort of like, whatever you do, you're going to do, and I can't stop you anyway. So whatever fulfills you, but there's a way to sort of
Well, don't be
still
with a
try to be-
shithead, though. Yeah, I don't want to be with anyone who's going to be fucking dudes on the road.
Right.
Like, do you, but also don't fuck every dude on
Do
the
you?
road.
But yeah.
But also, you're talking about swingers. That usually works
No,
out.
I'm just talking about being in a situation where you try not to control someone's behavior, right?
I don't think you should
Does that
own.
make
I don't
sense?
think you should own someone's sexuality. But the problem is when you open the door to sexuality, you open the door to this thing, which is this mental obsession with the new.
It's
with
also
novelty.
physical obsession, though. I think
Yeah,
I
it's
think there's a
physical.
biology to it, right?
I agree.
I think that we evolved to the fact that you do catch diseases if you're not careful, and I think there's an inherent, intuitive, natural need for possession because it's very dangerous. Historically, it was very dangerous for your partner to go off because not only they might go off and shack up and leave you with the children, you can't provide for them. You starve to death during the winter or whatever. They might get a disease and bring it back to you. There's so many physical dangers traditionally, historically, that were always clear and present. And I feel like that's also part of our DNA.
But especially in a man's DNA, isn't it? It's in our DNA to spread our seed.
Well, you also want to know who
That's
your
also,
kid is.
That's also true. But in certain tribal settings, right, where you have a tribe underneath the Dunbar number of 150, right, which is about how tribes split up.
Yep.
Within that tribe, it was more about tribe survival than singular survival.
Do you know what the Dunbar number is? Explain that to him. It's a really cool.
Yeah,
Because after that,
Yeah, the Dunbar number is basically the amount of people that you can give a fuck about at any given time.
It's about 150.
Yes.
It's about 150, give or take, right? And so tribes always split to about that amount. But when the tribe was more important than the singular individual, which is, I think, how we're actually designed, and I think it's a big problem that we have right now, is we don't have that sense of community. But within that, you see structures of relationship where people didn't really care about who the father was or what the dyad, what the couple bond was, because it was all about the survival of the tribe itself. But however, if someone went outside of the tribe, well, that was fucking war.
Yeah.
Because you don't give a shit about anybody outside of your Dunbar number. The problem with open relationship now is it's not within your tribe. It's not the people you love. It's way easier when it's someone you love. Because I've been in that situation where someone I'm with is with somebody I love, and it's actually really chill.
I actually, to be completely honest, that's like a guy like both of you guys, but especially like a dude like him who, like if my girl, if I from all bullshit aside, if my girl wanted to like step out with my boy, with my brother, I'd be like, you know, it wouldn't fuck with me the same way.
It feels way better, but when it's some fucking yahoo,
Let me get a little.
Let me tell you something.
What, bro?
You touch my girl, I will fucking kill you.
Come on, don't be so
Did Amanda give me heavy eyes
What?
all night long?
When?
Name a night.
Why does my son look like you?
Name a night. Bro.
Why is my son so
You just said
jacked?
you're cool with it.
I guess
Amanda, you heard it.
I guess I am. Yeah.
But you went down such a you went so hard in the paint on this open relationship.
So hard in the paint, and the problem is it wasn't within the tribe. It was these random fucking yahoos that I didn't even know that didn't contribute
Just
anything
busting
to
nuts.
just coming in, and then my partner would be obsessed with that
The new
person,
toy.
the new thing, and I didn't know this motherfucker. So he was in my DNA. He was outside of the tribe. So my inclination is not to be like, oh, that's my brother, and we're all in this thing together.
You don't know.
We're all supporting each other. We're all helping us to get better. It's like, no, he's fucking taking something that's mine, and I want to stab him in the throat.
I remember
And
you
like,
telling me that one thing that haunted me, and I was
that
like,
was haunting.
I was like,
Haunting.
I was fucked
Me too.
up.
I was bad.
fucked up. Yeah.
haunting. All right. So, anyways, but through that process, there's also a lot of beauty, a lot of growth, and a lot of experience for me.
for
I
you.
mean, I've obviously got to experience an abundance of my own sexual adventures.
Well, the best looking women in the world. Let's also say
Thank
that.
you, brother. I appreciate that. They are beautiful women and beautiful in a lot of ways,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and I got to experience this kind of level of abundance and truth in that as well. Like I never had to hide anything and I was free to just do whatever I liked. But nonetheless, so it was a combination of abundance plus the combination of those repeated just punches in the gut
Yeah.
from the people that I eventually, you know, always had feelings for, getting obsessed with other people. That whole thing was like, I needed to kind of put a stop to that whole adventure. And that was one of the reasons why I was like, wow, I really want to take a break where I'm not actually even available or open to these type of sexual connections, because I need to give myself a fucking breather.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like taking a break from sparring. You're just like, I might have CTE
Yep.
in my fucking,
Yep.
in my inside me, you know,
You don't
like,
think you were addicted to it?
I'm sure I like some of the drama and the swings and the up and down. Like that's an endogenous chemical cocktail that
Yeah.
comes in
Makes
when
you
you
feel
feel
alive,
those. feel those things, and and also the competition, right? Because I'm always competing to be the best dick, be the one that fucks them the best, and then get their attention back. Oh, you have attention to this other guy? Well, let me show you how fucking bad I am, and you'll fucking forget about them. But they don't forget about them. But you keep trying, and you keep reaching.
That's
and you
erotic.
Keep stretching.
That's kind of erotic.
It is. It's very exciting, but it's addictive.
Makes your dick a little harder than
no doubt.
Yeah.
It's called reclamation sex. So they come back from this other guy, and you're there with them, and you're like, ooh, you were with this other guy? Well, watch this.
Time for some punishment.
Exactly.
Daddy's in town.
Daddy's got
clocking in.
Daddy's got to remark his territory.
Exactly.
Big dog's here.
Big dog's
Guess
here.
who's getting pissed on?
Yeah. Now, if that guy's got a bigger dick, I'm going to crawl into the corner and cry. But the point is this: I'm going
Time to mark my territory.
Then you try to get in their head.
Whatever it takes. So it was not only what I'm basically telling you is this. It took so much time and energy and effort, not only in the maintenance of things, but in the competition of things and in the emotional reconciliation.
It became part of your identity.
I'm actually shocked that I accomplished anything over the last 6 years. It's really actually remarkable that I was able to do anything.
Yeah.
Because the amount of energy expenditure I had was just out of control. So finally, like I knew at some point I had to hit pause to like get everything reconciled and in order. And
it's interesting that you talk this way because if you think of any of the great wisdoms, any philosophy, I read a lot of philosophy. I've read a lot about religions. I've read most of the major manuscripts in religion. I don't know of a religion. I don't know of a philosophy that can hold water, that advocates, maybe you could make the argument with Nietzsche, but for the most part, they all advocate some form of self-restriction, some form of
moderation.
If not monogamy, certainly.
Well, none of them are
certainly
going to
conservative sexual conservatism to an extent, right?
Because they can't encourage everyone to just go out and fuck.
Well, but I think there's a deeper truth to it, which is a lot of these guys, whether it was Thomas Aquinas, whether it was who wrote Confessions. Please look up Confessions. I'm sorry, it's a very important book, but. A lot of people who went off and did that came back to St. Augustine, one of the founders of the church. They came back to sort of a deeper purity, a deeper kind of conservatism. It feels like that's kind of where you're headed. And I think it's interesting that most people that go that direction, if they're honest, which you are.
Will Chamberlain says, hold my beer and shut the fuck up.
No, but that's true. But
every celebrity I know, every sports player I know goes, shh, I'm good.
But you know what a lot of celebrities do that I've noticed too? Is that they go crazy and then they're in AA. This town is so full of sober people because they went so crazy.
Yeah.
But it's a similar pleasure principle, I feel like. But the bottom line is that a lot of people, as you get older, you try to sort of circle back to, and you understand why these wisdoms advocate that, whether it's yoga, whether it's Buddhism, whether it's Catholicism, I have to believe that since they're still relevant and they have a lot to offer, that there's some deep wisdom there.
I think one of the things that they don't talk about, which is a failure, is I think you have to actually get to abundance before you can let it go.
There you go.
Right? Like a lot of people, I think maybe a lot of people who are talking about these, path of restrictions and this, path of abstaining from this thing or that, maybe couldn't get that.
Correct.
They're like, oh, let's not worry about wealth. Well, they couldn't get wealthy, so they just made it like, oh, you don't need that. But it wasn't real because if they actually had the chance to get wealthy, they would. Correct. I don't think you can transcend the desire for wealth unless you're wealthy. I don't think you can transcend the desire for success unless you've been successful. And I don't think you can let go of sex unless you've had a radical abundance of sex.
Yeah.
To the point where you can be like, okay. Like, I got this.
You know what it is.
I know what it is.
Yep.
I've felt it. I've experienced all the things. I can let it go. I'm not letting it go forever.
It sounds like you, though, we're talking about this is different. So in the Bible, just to take an example, it's not the love of money that's the root of all evil. It's not the money that's the root of all evil. The actual quote is, it's the love of money. So, you were being controlled a little bit. It was taking up a large part of your psyche and your energy.
Did you hit rock bottom, Up?
Fucking
what would be
over.
rock bottom?
I fucking got dribbled off that like I was a fucking basketball that
But
Shaq
what would be
was
rock
pounding
bottom
down
fucking
the
all these
court.
girls?
That was the highs, right? So if you imagine a basketball bouncing off rock bottom and then going up, flying up sky high, or maybe one of those super bouncy balls, right?
So highs are super high, lows are low.
Highs are super high, the lows are super low, because it is, you find that new person, you have this new experience, and it is the chase and the thrill. And even with the same person, you get these super highs of reclamation, and wow, this is so incredible, we're back together, like everything feels electric and alive, and then you get the super lows. So it's this bounce effect that was
stability.
just kind of constant, instead of this just general band of equanimity and peace, where like, now let me look at what I can do in my life that actually is going to be the most productive.
Almost letting things come to you, maybe.
Yeah, and also I think this for me is just like, this is just a little bit of a hard stop. No fucking way I'm going to give up sex.
No, what are you doing?
For a long time. But like, my goal is 6 months. I got a book manuscript due then. That takes a lot of time anyways.
Dude, one day at a time.
One
That's
day
how
at
I
a
ask
time.
Tom.
I'm 5 days in.
Let's get through today.
Listen, I'm 5 days in.
Well,
but
don't
here's
talk to him.
But here's
No,
the
we
thing.
don't have to do 6 months.
Okay,
Let's get through Sunday and take it from. Because 6 months is it's like you're building. You're
Don't look at the top of the mountain.
You're climbing Everest.
Don't look at the top of the mountain.
No.
Let's take a couple steps. Have some tea. Couple biscuits.
Talk. Still feel good.
Still feel good.
Climb the next ladder.
A little bit more.
Feel good. Next ladder. You just went.
Well, that's why I said my goal, right? You know, and I said indefinitely. I don't know exactly when it's. My goal is roughly 6 months. I don't know.
We're not looking up.
I'll listen to
just
myself.
don't look up.
But
Let's
check
get
this
through
out.
Thursday.
Here's the question I have for you guys. So my rule that I put out is I'm not going to have sexual pleasure for myself, but I'm wondering if I can still have people sit on my face.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
The answer to me is 100%, but I'm the wrong guy to talk to.
I would say if you're gonna do it, you gotta just get away from all of it, because you're still just kind of in the hustle.
That's
you're
true,
calling
right?
them over, you're hanging out with them.
Dude,
dick's gonna
that's
be
basically saying I'm gonna stop drinking. The question is, can I have wine and only 4 glasses at night? I mean, there's no way a girl's sitting on my face and I'm not gonna have to have sex with her after that. That's my favorite.
You're still in the pool, bro. Get the fuck out the pool.
Get out of the pool.
See, I didn't want to hear that answer, but I think you're right.
Get out the pool.
I know what you're thinking.
think
Get
you're
out
right.
my sex pool,
Can I
bro.
still
Pleasure a girl, but not
Right.
Nah.
You can't even jack off.
No.
Get out the pool, amigo.
She's gonna reach for your piece, and she's gonna go, "Let me put it in my mouth," and then you're gonna go, "Okay, but I'm not gonna come."
And then
I'm gonna start bargaining.
Then next week's gonna be, I'm only gonna come in their mouth. That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna do.
Yeah,
and
then the bargaining starts, and then the gradual slide away from
it's
this.
all or nothing,
dude, get out the pool. Get out
What
the
you
pool,
do is
bro.
you do this. You have my face there. And you say,
And then you call Brian and
got good
have him
news and bad
explain
news.
how it went.
Yeah.
Good news, bad news. My face, no, but I have an older, wrinkly guy whose face you can sit on, and
But
he's
he's
very
super grateful.
enthusiastic, and he's got a piece on him, and I can even wear an Aubrey mask.
Yeah. And look,
And his big friend will film it.
Your
and send
family.
it.
So I'm gonna feel
fan.
good. I'm gonna feel good about it anyway.
I'll wear that awesome cologne and that goddamn awesome.
And your boy will
amulet.
film it.
Yeah.
The big boy will film it. And then I
yeah.
send it to you.
All right.
So you get to
Okay,
experience
that's
it.
a little much, maybe. But
I wear a GoPro.
It's a lot of production
or
value.
I wear a GoPro.
yeah, all right,
fly.
all right. Yeah,
And then we send you the videos.
So far,
Okay.
this is pretty good.
I like the idea.
All right.
yeah. We're
Yeah,
making,
you gotta
we're
get out
making
the pool though,
improvements
bro.
in this.
If you're listen, no.
I hear you. You know what, man? I also think about this one time. So let
I
me
think
tell
it's
you.
crazy,
Let
but
me tell you this story about this one time. So I'm 21 years old. I'm going to La Femme, which is a burlesque show at the MGM Grand. I don't know if anybody saw it, but it's based off the Crazy Horse in Paris. And you guys bring up pictures of the Crazy Horse in Paris? It's like the most beautiful girls I'd ever seen in my life. And we'll show you here.
because there's a Crazy Horse in Vegas, right? That's the
That's a strip club, but this is the Paris one. So pick like the girls in a lineup, any one of those girls and the girls in a lineup. But basically, they're all like this
All right.
same perfect body, and they wear wigs, and there's light, and there's
Hell
stuff
yeah.
like this. And it was this dazzling experience. I'm 21. I'm by myself. I'm
That's so
sipping.
powerful.
I'm sipping this whiskey, and tears start to well up in my eyes. I'm still in college. I haven't accomplished anything, and I can't even fucking get any of the girls that I want are in college because they're already out with like
No cash
professionals,
either.
and like I have no money. I've no nothing. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm going to do and be the type of person that could date any one of these girls, the type of person that these girls would love, no matter what it fucking takes. That means mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, in every way. And it was like this deep,
was the
solemn
goal.
vow.
It sounds like a seminal, traumatic moment.
It was a moment where I
have
said,
you gone back?
I have, and it's incredible. I've been to the one
You
in
went
Paris.
back and had fun.
Oh yeah, not with the girls, but I went back to watch the show. I've never actually gotten with one of these actual girls, but I've gotten with the equivalent, of course.
Oh, gotcha.
So,
Paris
but
is my
that
favorite
moment
city.
was like that was part of my drive. It's been my drive since that moment at 21.
fair.
Is like, I'm going to be the best version of myself in all ways possible.
Get these girls.
So I could get this situation.
That's so insanely powerful when you're a young man.
Uh-huh.
My experience at 21 in Paris was very similar to that. Very similar, where I saw these women at a club. I went to the hippest club, and I had never seen. It was so overwhelming because I'd never seen women that beautiful, and of course they were out of reach. Of course they
Your
were.
dad didn't buy you any? I'm sorry. I just.
I'm feeling a little emotional and tender. And
Wouldn't it be great if you're like,
And he looks over
and I'm-
like this, dead
wouldn't it be
serious.
good if you're like, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, what am I gonna do? My dad bought me two of the most beautiful ones I've ever had in my life, and it was all up from there.
and I did some fuck.
Can't relate to him at all.
No,
No, I fucked all night, man.
I bought all of them, and my father.
Daddy
them as
bought
a
all
gift,
of them.
My daddy
bought all of them. It was a great night.
Yes,
in France.
my father.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ruin
But
the story.
that feeling of them being out of touch, out of reach.
Yeah, and then that
Not
was
Varsity Blues over here. Varsity Blues didn't have that issue, did you?
no.
Well,
you were
there's certain
you were
things-
like a buff hero, right? You were like you were on the team.
Shab never had a problem.
There's certain things like hot girls, if they're
Cars.
and cars will do that for me.
You have a love for finer things in life, and a
Yes.
lot of that was out of touch for a little while.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, for me it was
Shoes,
always. For me it
cars.
was
It's the same
always.
thing. It's
for
shoes,
me,
cars,
it was women, and it's been the motivation for my entire life. And everything that I do has a little bit of that in it. A lot of the things I do is pure. Like I'm purely doing this for the good of all, and I'm really.
Yeah, you're a good person.
You're an honest motherfucker.
But there's always some in most everything, every workout, every fucking thing I accomplish, every time I put something out, when I write a book, I think about maybe a girl like this reading that book. Like every little bit of
That's
what
the
I've
ego,
done.
huh?
Yeah, every little bit of what I've done has had some part of this as a motivation.
I don't think you're alone, Aubrey, and I don't think that's rare.
And I don't think it makes you a bad person.
No, I
you're
think
a
it's all.
terrible
I think it's all. I think it's all.
Picasso
healthy.
said that. Picasso said men go to war, fight bulls, paint, do everything for a woman. Like if sex, so did Freud.
Yeah, and it's really.
So did Darwin.
It's really kind of true, but I'm curious, and this is another thing. This is like maybe factor 3, but I'm curious what happens if I take that off the table, and like what do I really care about? Do I really care about lifting weights the same way, or do I want to do more yoga, or do I really love lifting weights like I love? I think I do.
Ooh, interesting.
I think I do, but maybe I don't.
See, I thought
Because
about
a lot
this.
of time, don't you think a lot of guys want to be big because of other dudes?
Two reasons. I think one is to be attractive to the opposite sex
Duh.
or the same sex, depending. And the second is, this is certainly for me, being able to defend myself in an emergency.
True.
And
That'll
deep
never
down
change.
inside of
That'll
me,
never
deep down
change.
inside of me, and I think all men feel this way. I feel like I ultimately I need to be a little bit ready, because I'm going to have to fight for my life eventually in some aspect.
Yeah.
Whether I get a disease, whether I
don't wake up and train and think about that,
But-
though. But and a lot of guys in the gym, I feel like a lot of time when the guys are real big, they're not doing that for the chicks.
No, that's emotional armor.
Yeah,
way.
I think there's a lot of reasons. For me, it has largely been for chicks, and also for competition. And also, I train enough that I feel confident
good.
in like the streets or any situation like that. I'm not like a great fighter by
Plus
any
the
means, but-
endorphins, yeah?
Yeah, the endorphins. There's a lot of reasons, but
But
there's
the
always,
real
always
question
women
is, this
do
is so weird to me. I thought a lot about this. The amount of time I spend at 52 doing jujitsu, boxing.
Just recently.
But I doing this, like I just came from Higa Machado's school. I'm practicing armbar and I'm practicing guillotine. It's very relaxing to me because I feel like, good, rounding off those edges in case there's a situation. At least I'm not an idiot. It's been a long time since I've grappled, and I now check that off. I'm grappling again and boxing. So these are things this sounds crazy,
you
but it makes
enjoy
me feel
doing it.
safer.
But you enjoy
I
doing
do
it.
love the art.
But
of it.
maybe you felt
But-
unsafe as a kid.
Of course
too.
I did. Of
You know,
course I
in
did.
certain
'Cause you were a
situations,
smaller
you really
kid.
felt
Well,
Well, I
unsafe.
also was moved to different
Shitty
parts of the
genetics,
world.
yeah.
And you always get bullied
Hold
when
on.
you're moved to a
Hold
new
on.
place.
We gotta stop. We gotta stop for a sec. What did you say?
I'm trying to.
I didn't hear what you said. What did you say?
What, dude? I can't say anything.
You fucking
I
said
know you,
shitty
man.
genetics.
I didn't say that.
I have a strong jaw. I'm beat out and I'm built like a frog. And you said that.
You were built like the WB frog.
I don't know if that's
WB
good, but
frog.
the point is this, dude.
Well, I'm saying-
I don't like the way you're fucking talking. No, I'm not touching
No.
your hand.
What? No.
Get your finger out. Don't touch my finger and don't invade my personal
WB
space.
frog, listen.
I have good genetics.
You do.
I'm
You
hot
have great.
right now.
but I'm
Chicken
saying-
sandwich.
But hey, Beep, I feel so sick. So sick this entire episode. But what I was saying though is you weren't like gifted with size and stuff. So
No,
I'm
I did
assuming.
feel unsafe. I felt unsafe. For real. I felt
Plus, you
unsafe
moved around
always.
all the time.
Yes, I always felt unsafe.
And then
I
but
still
you
do.
grew up kind of chaotic too, right?
No, not at all. Actually, my shit was calm.
Way off, Brendan.
My shit was calm. You know, I mean, my parents split, and like my dad had anger issues and stuff. But
he
as
didn't
far as
hit you.
I was always big enough and athletic enough,
Yeah.
and I also started training like martial arts when I was like four.
And weren't you really good at basketball?
I was really good at basketball and most of the sports. Really, basketball was what I focused on. But I was a good athlete. I was training martial arts since I was 4.
So you're
but
good.
This guy, I was actually the funny thing. My first martial arts coach was actually the referee in Karate Kid 1. His name was Pat Johnson.
Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
sick.
That's fucking. He was really cool. He was great. And so I knew enough that I always felt confident.
Yeah.
So for me,
You're 6'2".
that was never really part of the motivation. But the thing is, even though I was like a basketball star, I don't think I ever got the girl I actually wanted until I was like, I don't know, man, like 24.
Yeah,
in
but have you ever got
Australia.
the girl you want him like, oh, this is the perfect one?
No.
I was
But
thinking about this morning
Yeah.
with cars. I don't know why I can't get a car where I'm just like, oh, I'm good. Oh, this is it, man. This is the exact car. I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah, that's
I was
the
talking with
year-
Rogan this
yeah.
morning. I was like, I don't know what it is, man. I thought this would be the car. I get it. 6 months. I'm like,
Do you feel like you're missing out or something?
no,
But I mean, you have to get that other car. What is it?
no.
Because you have the best car there possible.
I want this other car now. But and I'm like, and I told my brother, I'm like, hopefully this is the one.
No,
when
it
I
won't
stop.
be. Oh, no, it won't be.
It's called hedonic tolerance, right? Like
Preach. What are you talking
hedonic
about?
tolerance is as soon as you get used to the pleasure of something, it no longer becomes pleasurable, and it's something that's in every single human being. And that's why no matter what,
It's exciting.
the excitement is going to fade. And this is why in open relationships you get fucked up.
I'm in an
Because
open relationship with my cars.
yeah, you're in an
are,
open
dude.
relationship with your cars. You get used to it. And
know-
then you
you know
get
what I'm gonna
obsessed
do?
with the new one. And then you don't even give a shit about your old one anymore. And if your car had emotions, your car would be crushed.
I kicked my Ferrari today.
Hey,
What?
don't kick it.
No, I kicked it. I'm sick of it. But I'm obsessed with this GT2 RS,
Right.
this British green one.
Bring that
fucking
up. Bring that
occupying
bullshit
your
up.
mind.
Bring that bullshit up.
It's in your head.
Dude,
you're thinking about
it's
it.
a British green.
If you could
It's
text it,
GT2.
you
Take it
would
easy,
text it all the
Brendan.
time. You'd be sending it dick
Making
pics.
moves as we talk on it.
No, don't. Brendan. That's it?
Wow.
That's a nice car. That's a Porsche, huh?
It's the best car. It's the best car.
All right.
Brian.
I don't know, dude. It's a British
The
racing green.
fastest car you can get.
Why, Brendan?
Because I sit in traffic on the 405 and go down Laurel Canyon by myself.
You have probs, huh?
I don't know. I was telling my brother, like, I don't know. Hopefully,
Sometimes it can be a trauma thing. My buddy, I had this
I
crazy intervention with my buddy, right? So my friend he would only have sex with hookers, and he would pay for them, and the goal was to get them to like him to the point where he didn't have to pay them anymore. Oh, and by the way, when it got crazy, he said, "There's a service I do." I go, "What?" He goes, "Van picks me up down on Wall Street, and there's a mattress, and you have sex with her as they're driving you home."
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
This guy's
he's
awesome.
hot as shit.
Is this guy cool? Do I
One of the
know him?
best. One of the
Do I
best.
know him?
I don't know.
I
one
do
one of
know
the
him.
best. One of the best. One of the best. One of the greatest of all time. But we had a long talk. He got over it subsequently. He got over it. Took him a long time, but we had to talk one time. And I said, "What is it?" And he said, "I don't trust women." I said, "What happened?" He said, he said a name like for Mary Johnson for the story. I go, "What?" He goes, "I was in love with her in high school, and I was driving by, and she was on the side of the road because her car had broken down, and she was my girlfriend, and I looked, and the tire was being changed by whatever his name was, who was the captain of the football team at the time,
Hell yeah.
with apparently he had a piece on him too."
Oh yeah.
Travis
She was
Dallas
like-
was
she
just
goes,
fucking-
And knew how to
I can't-
change tires.
I can't compete with that guy, and also I don't blame her, and also that's the end of relationships because that can always happen to me and it's never going to happen to me
Oh
again.
God, dude, it's
And that was the
high
end.
school. Take
So
it
that-
easy.
Yeah, but that shit deepen. That's
Yeah, I
where the
feel ya.
scars hit you. That's
When
when you're the
you're
most.
young.
Yeah, when you're young, that's when you're the most pliable. Where shit like that can.
It's funny when shit can hit you, right? Like I caught one of the girls I was seeing. I caught her sending a naked pussy photo to
That hurt my feelings.
to one of her other dudes in front of me, and I was like,
a little respect,
"Oh,
bitch.
what?
That's a
oh
problem.
no!
Just take a hand to her face.
Oh no! Of course
hey,
not.
hey,
Of course
I'm
not.
off today. I'm not reading the room
man,
today.
You're a bit of a sharp F
I'm
today.
not reading the room
You're a bit of a
today.
sharp F. We're
I am.
having there's
You guys
a
having a
symphony.
deep con-
Well, you're playing a violin. I'm playing a piano. We're in
I'm the
sync,
trumpet
and
over here.
And he's coming up and going. We're like, what the?
On the sax.
fuck? Can I have
it on the sax?
Can you here? Give him another instrument. Give him the viola, please.
I apologize.
Take this viola and take it easy and wait.
That would have hurt my feelings.
It's good though.
So that thing, it leaves a mark.
Yes.
It leaves a mark. I mean, it's not like it traumatically changed my life. Like your friend who was in the hooker vans, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that bad. But but
Yeah.
still,
Say
it
hooker van
fucking
again so I can
stings.
get my hand out.
It stings.
Yeah, I don't know if people. I talk to Aubrey, especially if I'm trying to figure something out with I don't know what it is. Why I'm not trying to make this about me. I don't know what it is. Why I'm just not happy with certain things. Like those material things. Whether it's shoes, there's a reason why I have over 200 shoes. There's a reason why I have the house. There's a reason why I go through cars. There's something there, but none of it, especially as you get older, none of that fills any void.
No, it doesn't.
That
Never
hole
works.
is there.
Yeah.
And it's like whatever venue I play, whether I sell at the Wilbur, there's always what you think that you're like, there it is.
No.
Nope.
No.
It's just always
It's
something.
a weird thing.
There's always something.
But I can trace my things back to 8th grade where these girls, including my girlfriend, were talking about how my buddy is so sexy in a t-shirt. And I didn't know girls talk this way. And she goes, and it just ripples when you see it. And one girl goes, oh, I know. And she went, and I went, I don't, wait, hold on, stop everything.
You don't ripple.
Hold on, I don't ripple. And also, how come you girls are sexually into that?
Yep.
And also, how do I become, well, that never turned out for me. So I got funny. And then I got bullied when I was, the year before that, for a whole year by a real son of a bitch. And I remember I remember saying to myself, that's never going to happen to me. Never. Like, there's nobody on the planet that could bully me. You can try, but don't go to
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. You hear me,
So
man?
it created the adaptation.
Hey.
Do you know what I mean?
You just have
I'll bully you
those
right
things,
now,
Those
but-
things.
Go ahead, Aubrey.
Brendan, but you have to track. There must have been some point where you felt like in scarcity of the ability to get the car you wanted, or
Yep.
scarcity of the ability to get the shoes you wanted, where you couldn't.
Come sit on my
Maybe
lap.
maybe your feet were too big, and you just you go to Foot Locker, and they wouldn't have size 14s, and you'd have to get some shitty little pair of shoes or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm just
I don't know.
hypothesizing some scenario, but probably there was some way in which you didn't get that thing you wanted, and you thought, oh, if I
It might be because he was a fat kid.
I wasn't fat.
Nice
dude.
clothes.
No, I wasn't fat.
No,
No, not at all. Shit. No.
Maybe it's
I was,
because
I was super skinny.
He gave you the saxophone, and now he's
Yeah,
playing
you
the
fucked it
violin,
up.
and now you're fucking playing the
yeah,
sax.
no, wasn't
Shit.
fat. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe you're gay.
But did you always get the car you wanted when you were in high school and stuff? Was it like did you have the car that you thought like when you were
no,
driving?
no.
And did that bother you?
No, I never really thought about it. I was so
You
into
were
like
popular
sports.
and you were a great
No,
athlete.
it's not that. I was so focused on sports. I think growing up, like my dad set high values on cars. Like we'd go to every car show.
Okay.
In the
Okay.
weekends we'd go all the
It might
the
be a
car
passion.
shows.
There's a difference. It might be a passion. It's not unhealthy. So
Could be.
You know, some people have just a passion for certain things, and I do think you have a passion for cars.
Love 'em.
Rogan does too. I don't think that having a passion for something like that is a mark of psychological scarring. Sometimes it's just what
It's
you're
just what I
fucking
like.
Well,
into.
fuck, I have a passion for women that's actually healthy.
Yeah, man.
You know, and like I think we all do. It's not, and I think you obviously have a passion for cars and shoes that's actually healthy. But
Yeah.
probably going to those car shows and having over and over looking at cars that you couldn't fucking get.
Oh, we couldn't even fathom.
You couldn't
that
even
shit.
get them. It's like, wow, look
They'd-
at this.
they'd
thing.
be
But
roped-
I can't
they'd be
get 'em.
roped off.
But I
You
can't
couldn't
even.
touch
I can't
Oh,
even
wow.
touch this thing.
Weird.
And somehow that got in your subconscious, like, oh, one day I'm going to be that motherfucker that can go
Just
up
like
to
the
this
girls.
car
The
show.
girls for you in Paris.
Exactly. I'm going to be that motherfucker that can
Weird.
go to that car show and I can open that velvet rope and say, I'll take that one.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Maybe.
Also,
Better cars than drugs.
You also look at cars. You look at cars differently than say someone I do.
100%.
When you look at a fucking Porsche, you're looking at the engineering. You're looking at the paint. You're looking at all the details. The artistry in the chassis.
You would go like I have my guy Greg Clymer, who's my car guy.
Yeah, I met him.
You met Greg?
Yeah, cool guy.
Just he gets cars for Canelo, Mayweather, so he looks all over the world. And I said, I need this specific GT2, this color rims, this kind of interior, this color, this. It's just it's a package, and they only make certain ones, and it's just he'll send pictures like, no, this is off, this is off. Even he's like, Jesus Christ, dude. I don't know if we're gonna find this one.
And then for me, I'm probably gonna have the same car for the rest of my life. Like
You just don't care.
I crashed my Tesla.
I know.
I got the same exact one with the same exact wrap and the same exact interior. And if I hope I do not want to crash this one. That was not fun. But let's say something happens to this car, I'll get the fucking same one. I might wrap it a different color, something like that. But like, I'm good.
You don't care.
I don't care.
I texted my brother this morning. I'm like, God, sometimes I wish we didn't care about this stuff. And he's like, why? He's like, if you enjoy it, who gives a fuck? It's not like you're not feeding your kid to buy a Porsche or to buy shoes.
You know what would have changed that? If I actually thought that the cars would affect the girls. But I realized like early on that the cars don't affect the girls. But actually a little bit the shoes kind of do. So like I
tell
kind of
Brian
have
this all the time.
I kind of have like I've got a lot of good kicks too. Like
Yeah,
you.
you're a shoe
But
guy.
my reason is mostly because like girls will see the shoes and be like, nice shoes. And I'll be like, oh, that's the thing that I needed.
You know what's weird?
What are
I know
those
girls
shoes?
care about clean shoes and like nice shoes. I've never once bought a shoe it's only for other sneakerheads. It's only for
Really?
other dudes.
Well, you also like shoes.
Love
This
them.
part of the thing is that
Piece
you
of art.
love
It's an
fashion.
expression. Yeah.
But you love fashion. You're you do love clothing. And
yeah.
that, again, that's to me that's a little bit more of a cultivated sort of eye for something. It's kind of the same way somebody likes painting
Or wine, like you like
Yeah,
wine?
I love wine because I love everything about what it takes to make a great wine.
You like
I love
wine, I like shoes and
artisanship.
cars. Ob just likes chicks. Really?
I like
That's
chicks
your
too.
thing.
Yeah, chicks and then putting out ideas to the world.
Me and
that
Brian
matter.
love
like,
the
that's
ladies.
it.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But we're not like,
No, not connoisseurs, maybe. I mean,
we're not aficionado.
Yeah.
Like,
That was it. That was my.
the closest thing to Hugh Hefner I've
dude, his party. I looked at Brendan. We went to one of his parties. I was like, well, this is a Snoop Dogg video. It was so crazy.
I went pants. See ya.
I was like, hey, when do we take the sex break? Because this is.
And then old big boy started crying.
Brendan wept in the car after a DMT session, and
It was the DMT. I couldn't figure out why I was crying like that for Tim Kenny. I love Tim, one of my favorite people on earth. But
he didn't want him to die.
I don't know why I was crying. I didn't want him to die and go back to war.
I'm talking to my wife at the time.
Cracked open your heart.
He's
Dude, that's the
blubbering.
hardest I've ever cried, I think.
behind his.
And then I couldn't figure out. I'm like, why am I crying? Like, I love
Evan the
Tim.
beard was in the back seat. I was like, Evan, let's go back in there. And I walked into your.
It was the
party. I go,
DMT. I forgot we did DMT.
Brendan'll be a little late. He's got allergies. He's crying.
Oof, dude, that was
You told me to tell him you had
a good
allergies.
cry. Feels nice.
It does feel nice.
Oh, it feels
You had
nice.
a great experience, man. I remember you just laughing when that chrysanthemum of divine light just transcended and poured through the top of your head, and you
was
just
insane.
started laughing because it's so beautiful that there's no other response that actually makes.
I was
sense.
laughing so hard. I remember,
Laughter.
like, dude, quiet, pipe down.
What do you think of DMT? I
was laughing like the Joker.
Is it the same thing?
Man, DMT pens, I think I was a little skeptical. So like, people shouldn't be doing these out in public, and I still believe that. But if you do the DMT pens in the same type of ceremony that we did, it is the fucking way to go. Because for one, it's not going to burn your lungs. For two, if you're actually in control of your own pen, you can reach the level of DMT load that you want, and then you can keep sipping on the pen and stay there.
Oh, wow.
So it feels like you're getting contact with what they call the doctorcitos, the little doctors, right? These like little doctors of light that are like fixing you. It feels like they're fixing you, or they're teaching you, or they're talking to you about something, or showing you something. But with DMT, normally it goes in this curve and then it just slips away. So
you come back
fast.
down.
But if you have the pen, you just keep sipping the pen.
It also felt
keep
like-
sipping the pen, you can stay there.
Where do I get that pen?
Yeah, where do we get these?
I gotta
pens?
go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. But I also felt like I was there for a while, and I was like, "How long was that?" You're like, "That was like a minute, dude."
Yeah.
But it felt like I was in this gold heaven. and like floating.
It is the greatest thing I've ever done.
Dicks
It's
everywhere.
It's really fucking special.
Oh no, Brandon. Oh no. I did DMT and I came out gay.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird, man.
There was that guy
It was
who took
cool.
an antidepressant and it had an effect on his brain where he was a family man with kids and he started fucking
Not
dudes.
true.
Is that a lie?
Well, he's gay man, blamed on that.
Well, that's what I mean. The antidepressants had him having heavy sex with strangers in bathrooms.
Hey, stop taking the pills, bro.
And then he sued and
I
won.
can't.
Look that up. He sued and won. It was an antidepressant.
Oh, man.
He was a family man and just started fucking guys. I believe he's gay as well. And he blamed Merck.
Can you imagine the warnings?
For
Like,
sure.
turn you gay.
I was like when Overeem blamed horse meat
Yeah, yeah.
for his,
Yeah, it's like, come on, dude.
size.
Yeah, I had a 6-inch sub, and now I love chicks and big titties.
You sure it was antidepressants or something else?
I don't fucking know.
Is this a lie?
Yeah,
You trust somebody, Brian?
I don't think that's particularly real. I think it actually reveals. People get really worried. that it's
Parkinson's
gonna,
drug.
People get worried.
Yeah. Man claims Parkinson's drug turned him into a gay sex
Nope.
addict.
You gay, bro?
51. The man in
Yeah,
France began
yeah.
taking. Yep. Drug. I think he's full of shit,
That's
though. How about
that's
that?
a gay
He's a
man who
liar.
blamed it on the fucking drugs.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. Just be gay, dude.
Wait,
Don't-
actually,
don't
though, you
bring the
should know.
drugs down.
It says
Why
you
why
should
be
know.
mad? If you're gay,
But
then
wait,
be gay.
wait, here's what it
cares,
says.
dude?
You should know that some of the people who took medications such as roprinol developed gambling problems or other intense urges or behavior that were compulsive or unusual for them, such as increased sexual urges or behaviors. There is enough information to tell whether the people developed these problems because they took the medication or for other reasons. Call your doctor if you have an urge to gamble that is difficult to control. You have intense urges or you're unable to control your
gay
behavior.
urges.
It just
Man.
doesn't mean it changes.
Brandon,
them.
what are you
It
doing
just
right now?
makes you wanna do
I'm
it.
nah, because I gotta suck.
I gotta suck, bro. Took my medication. I gotta suck.
That's crazy. Only 610 grand in damages. Why the 10 grand? Why not just 600 grand?
There should be no damages. Just be like, enjoy being gay.
Yeah, dude.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. Like, it's fine. You know, why is it a bad thing? You know?
You know who's going
Fucking
hard in the paint now?
live
I mean, I'm proud of him. He's our boy Jason Ellis.
Yeah.
He's just like, I'm
Exactly. He's just
I-
doing-
He
he's
doesn't
just
say
doing-
gay. He just says bi, right?
He's totally bi.
He told
He's
his
just-
kids, right?
Yeah.
Too? Yeah.
He talked to him about it. He's just enjoying what he enjoys. Like, and he doesn't feel guilty about it, and he doesn't feel ashamed about it.
I don't know anyone
Like-
give a fuck. I don't care.
Exactly.
Why would anyone care? If that's what he wants to do.
That's the healthy approach, and I think that's the place that we're getting to, where you don't even really worry about it.
You think we're getting there?
I think we are. I think it's a rocky road where people are like overreacting on a lot of different things. But I think ultimately we're going to get to a place where you don't really look at stuff like that with any form of judgment. It's like, oh, you're gay or whatever. Like, you don't need to proclaim it. I think we're in this.
Well, I think a lot of us realize that science is starting to show that those kinds of things are not something that
didn't
person
choose.
chose.
And even if they fucking did,
Yeah.
who cares?
Yeah.
But like right now,
Yeah,
it's
who
like
cares?
it's right now you have to like
you're
claim
going to
it, and
hell.
you're out of the closet or all these things. It's because of the repression and the shame. This repression and shame created a reaction, and now the reaction is creating this kind of thing that's happening. And all of this is healthy and necessary, but ultimately it's just going to be like, yeah, whatever,
yeah,
whatever. Nobody's gonna really care either way.
unless you're in Russia or
Russia's fucking.
Chechnya.
It gets a little
That's-
dicey out there.
Gets a little dicey.
That's
Gay probably
gnarly.
would stay in that closet.
I mean, you get fucking
Yeah.
beat up. And
They don't play that.
whatever.
A lot of
Russia's
like
very-
African
Russia's
tribes
very-
as well.
Sometimes Russia is a very conservative country and a very religious country. The government's not religious, but Russians in general tend to be very religious. They're Orthodox Christian, and so there's it's a very religious
They
population.
play no games.
Yeah, they've had a very traumatic history. It's still a patriarchy.
True.
There's a lot-
And
really not a
probably
big
most
move-
of the people going out on these gay like raids, like the pogroms that they used to do,
gay
are gay
Gay men.
themselves.
That's-
100%.
That's
They're
almost always
bashing,
the
they're
case.
bashing the gay out of themselves
They're gay for
into
sure.
another
Yeah.
person.
The
you know?
So
ones who
many-
care the most are they're gay.
So many like senators who throw, or congressmen who push forward this anti-gay legislation, they get caught trying fucking dudes in some bathroom, like that senator. That's always the case.
There's not a big gay movement in Asia either, right? Kind of frowned upon there.
Again, China's very.
Depends.
I would say it's
Like
frowned
Thailand,
upon.
it's pretty.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Oh,
okay
lady
to-
boys left
yeah.
and right. So I mean, but in Japan and Korea,
Korea, it's frowned upon
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, Korea's very conservative
yeah.
and very male-dominated and stuff. But all these things have their undergrounds, and all these things are finding their
Oh,
way.
they'll
There is
find their
an
way, yeah.
LGBTQ sort of presence in Russia. They're just and they fight for rights, but the problem is sometimes they can't get apartments. They can't get jobs. They're all
so they
kinds
Thrown in
of
jail, like Pussy Riot was that,
Yeah.
like lesbian.
That's right.
And Pussy Riot got thrown in prison.
That's right,
And
man.
people got pissed. Well, and I think that's the way it has to go. You like rebel against these ideas, and so that brings a lot of energy and it brings a lot of anger, and I think it starts the process.
Putin said he made a speech about it, and he said, "We have a very casual attitude towards this." He said, "But if you could just leave students in peace and not cram if they could just learn reading, writing, and arithmetic and the basics first before we start taking, elementary school kids and middle school kids and telling them about how you can be a man or a woman and how you can be." And I think that's where some of the pushback in Russia came from too, where the movement was taking a page from the United States and pushing into the education circles and stuff. So look, when it depends, these are all processes.
But look, in the absence of education, there's the internet.
Yeah.
There's the fucking internet.
Right.
Look at your little fucking art piece right there. Like that's
Peter Pan watching porn.
Peter Pan watching porn.
Isn't that great?
And like everybody who has a
never saw
phone,
that.
like
You've never realized that?
fucking never realized
That's my
that.
favorite piece of art. I
That's
bought
a
that.
great- that's great.
I bought that.
it is great because you know why? Because all the little Peter Pans, if you give your kid a smartphone, they're watching porn.
I want that
Everybody's
as an
watching
oil
porn.
painting, but a really good one.
Well, that's a real painting.
It's good.
See Spider-Man. It's like superheroes doing real shit. So Spider-Man taking a break, eating a cheeseburger. It's
great.
I got RoboCop around here drinking oil like a beer, and I think there's one more in there.
Yeah, I forgot what that, but it's not over there.
Oh, it's Mario shaving.
Who's the artist?
Picasso. I'll have to double
Okay,
check.
we'll look into it.
Yeah, I'll look in.
Look into it.
Yeah, check that. Yeah, check that. But yeah, fuck. If we don't educate in a sensible way about drugs, about sex, about all of these different things, then people just fucking look it up, and then they'll just like get all their
That's a really good
ideas
point.
from that thing.
They
So
get their bachelor's degree on the internet,
exactly, which is a problem.
Yeah.
And people who are avoiding those conversations, it just creates dissonance with their kids. It creates dissonance,
Misinformation.
Like, yeah, just like if you want to be the person that your kid can come to when they're like, hey, so I read about this type of drug, and you want to be like, okay, well, let me tell you about that, and let me tell you like when it's a really bad idea to do it, and let me tell you when it might be okay, but it's probably not a good time now, and like, so you want to be able to have that sensible conversation, but have your kid be able to come to you. Or if they're like curious about some crazy different type of sex, or they're starting to get like a fetish of some sort, be like, all right, like I get it, like, be able to be that person that your kids can talk to about it, rather than them just going to the internet and down this rabbit hole and wondering if they're weird and being ashamed of themselves and being felt strange, like be there. And that's the same with friends.
Did you see
and
that?
that's the
Did
same
you
with
see the
everybody.
thing on Cambridge Analytica, the company that was essentially helped the Trump administration win the election, and what the whistleblower who worked there said? He said what they were doing. He said it was the equivalent of when you meet somebody who's really awesome and they seem amazing and they know so much about you and you have the same exact interests and you have this amazing dinner and they're speaking to you, but what you don't realize is they've been stalking you and studying you for a year, and so they know exactly how to talk to you.
Wow.
And he said Cambridge Analytica would do this. They would get your profile and they would figure out everything you want to do, and then they would feed you information you wanted to know. It's the problem with the internet.
That's Facebook,
They'd feed you all the information that all you already agreed with. And then they put you together with communities like that.
Yep.
And then they'd sponsor events where you'd go to a coffee shop and 50, 100 other people were speaking and pretty soon you start to think not only that that's the reality, because that's how everybody's talking in your world, but then you start to think, then they start floating things like how the mainstream media is lying and don't want you to know that. So all of a sudden you go, well, I'm getting the real info.
Yep.
But what's really happening is Cambridge Analytica is curating that information and sending it to you.
Damn.
And this whistleblower was like, well, I realized this was so wrong.
Yeah.
And so the internet is, if you want to go down the rabbit
trouble,
hole,
man.
it's
like,
trouble.
Like if you just right, I'm looking at those GT2 RSs. If I open up my phone now and go looking for shoes, I'll get something that pops up of a Porsche or something to remind me. I'll remember this.
Yep.
Right.
Whatever you look, it'll pop up. You look at groceries at Whole Foods and you get a pop.
Your data is sold
crazy.
and resold and resold. Your data is out there.
Yeah, people are stalking us, and for for
And they
our
pay money for
information,
it.
for anything
Yeah,
that we
pay money
might
for it.
want to buy, or anything that might even capture our attention, because then if they capture our attention, then they can serve ads to us about anything else. So like every little thing is designed to keep us on there longer. Like even the algorithms on Instagram, like the algorithms are rewarding people for pausing on the scroll of the
Jesus
feed,
Christ.
because that means that they're going to be taking longer to get through their scroll. So like everything is designed to just keep you there.
Well, that's also like,
as long
so a
as
lot
possible.
of criminals, a lot of like people, bad businessmen who want to do really secretive stuff. They have, instead of texting on regular app, they'll text on something like Signal, right?
Flip phone.
But there are apps like Signal where it goes away, it disappears.
WhatsApp too,
Guess what though? Guess who invented it? A Russian dude. And you're
Probably not going
You
away.
don't know, right? You don't know where that's going. You're just giving somebody else all your fucking info, and he's a Russian entrepreneur. Okay, I don't know.
I'm buying that.
Yeah, so
You can't. I don't think you can fight it. I think you got to internally fight it. I think you got to arm yourself with the information and gird yourself with your own like knowledge and
or just be
awareness.
celibate, dude, and not have anything to hide.
God,
That would be like going Ari style and just getting the flip phone and
Flip phone.
keeping it. That's what he
a
basically.
lot of the
did. He
big
was on,
business
like,
boys, like Dana White, has flip phones, like certain, because they don't want
Yeah,
they don't
they
want
don't
want all
cloud,
the
don't want people
distraction.
jacking your iTunes.
No, I don't blame
and-
them. So they have flip phones, and
A lot of big businessmen have flip phones. Wow. Because they don't want you getting a hold, like maybe they have private information.
So how does that
They
work?
don't want going to the cloud.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, don't put anything on the
Because if
cloud.
you can hack into, like, if they get your email through iTunes, they get in your iTunes, they can get to your cloud, they can get delete pictures, old picture, like texts. So
Yeah,
a lot of
fuck
big
the
time
cloud.
business guys
Keep everything off the cloud.
Don't use the cloud.
is my cloud
hard storage.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it on there, hard storage. And I'll start fresh with a new phone too, and like leave my phone. I'll leave my phone in like a safe, So like leave it in there, and then I'll go back to it if I need to. There's some good stuff on some of those old phones. You want to maybe go back and review your history on those
sure.
phones. But nonetheless, like start fucking fresh. Don't leave it all out there hanging. And that's just hygiene in this day and age. It's just washing your hands. It's just fucking being
I
clean.
never do that. I don't have that much to hide, but still.
Let's go to current events.
Go to current events. Sometimes you need someone to talk to, and it's
More than just a friend, Brian.
it's got to be a professional.
Sometimes
And
we talk to each other, we get nowhere.
Nah.
We run in circles.
Guys don't
We don't
do
know.
that. But
Well, they do.
BetterHelp is a service, an app where you can actually start communicating in under 24 hours with a licensed professional. It's professional counseling done securely online. There's a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's counselor network, which may or not be locally available in many areas.
It's not a crisis line, though, y'all. It's not self-help. It's a professional counseling done securely online.
Yep. You
All
can
right?
message your counselor anytime you want. You get timely and thoughtful responses.
Worldwide, baby. We worldwide. It's way more affordable than the traditional offline counseling.
You can
And
also
financial
schedule-
aid is even available, Brian.
That's pretty awesome. Financial aid is available. You can schedule weekly or phone sessions, and video sessions as well, which is really helpful. So you can actually see the person in
I'd
front
say
of you.
video is the way to go.
I think so.
Yeah. Visit betterhelp.com/fighter and join the over 500,000 people talking and taking charge of their mental health. All right. Finally, kid, you guys get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/fighter.
I want socks that are comfortable, that I can rely on for the holidays. It gets cold in the holidays. I want my feet warm. I said it. I'm not compromising. And I'm sick and tired of having socks that tear like mine.
Well, don't wear business socks, though, every day.
Well,
with
then
jeans.
what am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to wear Bombas, bro.
What?
Bombas, the number one most requested item, all right, in homeless shelters is socks.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
And guess what? Bombas Socks has created a thing to change all that. For every pair you buy, Bombas donates a pair to someone in need.
Now, they just don't give them any socks. They get Bombas socks. They're so dang soft, not just pretty soft. I'm talking the softest cotton in the world.
In the world?
Extra cushioning where you need it. Bombas socks provide support in places you didn't know you needed. You didn't know
Like
you
your
needed.
arches.
Yeah, man.
Built with special arch support system that's supportive but not too tight.
Dude, give the gift that keeps on giving.
Hug
Take
your
care of
foot.
someone's dogs. Take care of your dogs. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
man.
your feet. If you want to give someone the perfect gift this holiday, you want to give them the perfect gift, give them the holiday Bomba
Hold
gift.
on, I got even better for you. First of all, hug your feet, but they got merino wool socks. Now, you're going, Brian, why merino wool socks? If your feet get wet, God forbid, and you're hiking. God forbid you're out hunting. You're doing man stuff.
Killing
Your
moose.
feet stay warm with merino wool. They're soft. They're warm. They're naturally moisture wicking. Never itchy or rough. Okay. They're not your grandfather's wool socks. Got me?
Got them. Go to bombas.com/fighter today and get 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/fighter. Bombas.com/fighter.
Sure.
Aubrey Marcus.
Kat, those chicken sandwich you brought in, there's no way Popeyes or Chick-fil-A are better. There's no way.
no way.
I don't need to try them.
I mean, hopefully you don't, because some guy died recently waiting in line for a Popeye sandwich. There was a dispute in Maryland between two men. One man said that the other cut in line right before him, and they got into a verbal argument, which then led to one guy stabbing the other. A 28-year-old man, they don't specify whether he was the one who cut in line or the guy who was waiting in line originally, but he was rushed to the hospital after getting stabbed a couple of times, and he actually passed away
God damn. Over
for a chicken sandwich.
Damn.
Has anyone ever died over a McRib?
Yeah. It sounds like you had two assholes.
They had
Who
a
are
surplus of McRibs. That's why.
McDonald's like-
there was a fucking scarcity of Popeyes.
McDonald's
chicken
like,
sandwich.
what's up,
That's the
bro?
problem.
I think they would
McRibs are
have.
back?
I think they would have gotten a fight at Costco. Popeyes didn't matter. Although he might have been hungry, and when you're hungry,
But
you're
also,
grouchy.
but here's the problem. Like, people, like kids, have gotten murdered or they've gotten robbed and stabbed for Jordans because there's such a limited amount of them.
Scarcity.
So people have like this urge, like, oh, I'm going to miss out. And then they kill bitches.
Yeah,
true.
Beanie Baby.
This,
fucking
Jared-
whatever
Jared-
Remember that?
fuck,
Or the Tickle Me Elmo?
Elmos. Yeah.
Jared-
People freaking out.
Jared Diamond,
sandwiches,
Jared
though?
Diamond, who's the great, he wrote Guns, Germs, and Steel, and he studies indigenous cultures, and he was up in Papua New Guinea, where these tribes were really isolated. And he said, they get along, man. It's all good as long as they have access to resources. As soon as there is a lack of water, and one group has a better control of that water, the group over here
Gets nasty.
very quickly starts coming up with reasons. They start making up stories and coming up with reasons why that group over there needs to die.
Yeah, 100%.
And they'll start speaking genocidally. And there are instances where this tribe will come over there. It's in the highlands. They've been isolated for 40,000 years. And they'll wipe them all out and be like, nah, they were in the way. We needed water. Dude, if my
this
kids
what
are
this
going
guy
to go
was
thirsty.
doing. This what this guy's
Same
doing,
thing,
but with
bro.
chicken
so you can't
sandwiches.
listen, chicken sandwich, I'll stab you over a chicken sandwich. These?
Where ours are from? Hattie's?
No, Howlin' Race.
Howlin' Rays.
Hattie's.
Where's that?
Chinatown, downtown LA.
Is it Asian?
Nope. A white guy opened it up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
A white.
Were you the one telling me about cargo cults, Brian?
No.
So out in the South Pacific, I think, out in the South Pacific, there would be cargoes of supplies that would get dropped during the like military operations, and sometimes they would get dropped in the wrong spot, and like indigenous people would get like a cargo full of all kinds of rad shit, like rations, MREs,
Oh, wow.
fucking all kinds of like whatever the fuck you would
Super
send, all the
Nintendos.
cool shit, lighters, cigarettes, whiskey, like everything that the troops would want, right? Like all the good shit. And then they would get this random cargo on this random day, and then they would create this religion around it and try to recreate the circumstances of that day.
It came down from the
that
sky.
so that another cargo
Like
would
Jesus was
come
dropping
down.
his
like
cargoes.
something else would come down from the sky, and they would like pray to the gods.
Oh,
and
wow.
create
The
all
same
of
thing
these
happened in
things.
Papua New Guinea.
Was
when
it
they would-
always happening though? Was it always getting dropped?
No, it was just, it would randomly happen, and it was such a great thing that they
Yeah.
developed a whole religion around this great thing that happened. They gave them fucking cigarettes and whiskey and
Then did it
lighters.
stop coming
And then-
eventually?
yeah, of course it would stop coming.
Yeah.
It was an accident. They dropped it on the wrong spot. They were trying to give it to the troops, but
Well,
all of a sudden indigenous
in
people
Papua
got
New
it.
Guinea, when they took off on a plane, the anthropologists, and they came back, they had the fucking they were the people that lived up there, not pygmies, but they were like, I want to be able to fly too. We want to have, so they recreated the entire. They had a runway. They made a plane. They had and they just figured, they didn't understand propulsion or
Yeah.
aerodynamics. They'd been isolated for 40,000 years. It was the same exact fucking thing. Try to create. The other thing is,
But did they create a plane?
They made a plane.
It was like one of
but
those
it was like a stick, like a
Red
made out of
Bull
branches.
flute
It certainly was, sir, and it wasn't getting any air. No, it wasn't getting air. But they
It just
figured-
looked like it,
if
but
they
it's made
figured
out of like
if
branches.
they created enough, if they created all the same circumstances that the plane
might
would,
take off.
Yes.
Moron.
And the other thing is that in Haiti, it's a fairly the voodoo. There's a fairly religious, and not with everybody, but there is a large group of people that aren't as educated. And there was a guy when people were trying to get out of Haiti to go to the United States, in the embassy there was a dude who would look at your papers and stamp them yes or no. Well, I think I told you the story. The guy had a little fucking R2-D2 Star Wars thing here. So one guy was like, well, fuck, man. He likes R2-D2. And he came back with another Star Wars thing and gave it to the guy. The guy, not for this reason, but the guy goes, thank you. And he goes, okay, your papers are in order. And he says, stamped yes. So word gets out that this dude worships Star Wars. And also it's good juju if you...
Oh, no.
It got crazy because the guy at one point had his whole
30,000
He had
figurines.
30,000 figurines. Like, oh my
Wow.
god! He's like, guys, you got to stop doing this. And they wouldn't. They're like, no. Here you go. Because it was also superstitious. Like maybe the gods live.
That's
and he was
hilarious.
And so
Haiti freaks me out. I watched something from Hamilton Morris, and there's this dude like eating hot coals, and they were like sacrificing a goat, and I was like, I couldn't even watch it.
Some
There's
old
that-
school shit still.
there's
huh?
that
was like-
voodoo shit that's still.
I was like, oh wow,
parts of it.
how do you eat hot coals? I didn't like.
If you
I can't
believe
even
it's going to
understand
make
it.
you.
But they were doing it, and they
stronger,
seemed
I don't know.
fine.
Maybe.
He was like eating it like
How are his teeth?
I don't know. I couldn't. Like I said, I was like, I'm out.
Black.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm out of this.
Yeah, voodoo's some weird shit. Still goes on. New Orleans. certain
When you
parts.
with a lack of
Yeah,
education,
it was
no
a
matter where
it was
you
a
are,
Hamilton Morris.
yeah, no matter where you are, a lack of education, lack of schooling is going to create various behaviors.
All right. What
All
else
due
you
respect to
got?
anybody from Haiti.
Yeah, because they're listening.
Yeah.
Okay, so this 63-year-old woman was just. Are you okay?
Chin, do me a favor
Yeah.
before she goes into this. Bring up the female gremlin from Gremlin 2.
Brendan,
Hold on. I'm talking spot on. Female gremlin
There it is.
2.
So mean.
Hit it. Tell me that doesn't look like it. What's up, bro?
Okay.
you're so mean.
Okay. There's a lipstick issue, but other than that,
Oh God, how did
Identical.
that
The mouth is
such
exactly
a
the
random
same.
comparison, but it's
Isn't that weird?
And the nose too.
It's impressive, but you're so mean.
They're identical.
I was pretty good.
Virtually
You remembered
identical.
that, actually. I'm
damn.
like impressed.
I know. That's-
That's impressive.
All right, Karen.
Okay, so the 63-year-old high school teacher was recently arrested for having sex with a 17-year-old student. They
Show a little
don't
pride, bud.
they don't talk about whether it's a girl or a guy. They don't name the child or anything, but she is the newest sex scandal.
Well, you just can't
When you're
feed her after
17?
dark, right?
Yeah, you can't feed after dark. Definitely can't get water on her.
Those are the
Dude,
rules.
when you're 17
Didn't you watch
though,
the movie?
and your history teacher's giving you some business,
I feel
and
bad
you need
for
an A,
I feel bad for her.
you do?
Yeah.
You don't feel bad for the kid, the 17-year-old?
Nope.
Really?
He's 17. He's a 17-year-old boy.
Yeah, that's the first. This is
I think that's legal in Vegas.
That's legal. That's legal in most countries in Europe.
Yeah.
you feel bad for her.
Like
Yeah,
Sweden,
she's a
the
lonely
age of
old
consent
lady.
is 15.
She's a lonely old lady, and this
We don't know
young-
if she's not married.
This
She might
young
be
man,
married.
she probably has no intimacy in her life. I feel bad. I do.
Oh wow,
I have a double standard. I have a double standard. If it's a dude, I got a problem. If it's a
Wow.
girl, I'm like, I wouldn't be a good judge. I'd be like, well, poor thing.
I
She
could
was
use a little
lonely.
more info, but she looks
Yeah.
identical to that gremlin
I
from
don't know.
Gremlins 2.
Also, the 17-year-old boy wasn't. He's
That Keanu Reeves girlfriend, or
the problem anytime is when someone manipulates someone to do something they don't want to do.
yeah.
Right, but we're creating these rules about like when that happens, when
Yeah.
someone has the intellect and the agency to make a correct choice, or when they're being manipulated
yeah.
by
the
power.
problem is
or
she
by
has
authority.
power over him, right?
That is the
Sort
problem.
of.
And
if
influence
you don't
and
suck on these
intelligence.
tits, I'm gonna give you an ass.
Sort of. Something about having a dick and putting it in somebody, that's different, and being strong and a man.
he's 17.
A
As strong
63-year-old,
as a
an
17-year-old.
old lady, a 63-year-old lady isn't that much of a threat, is it?
She has the wisdom though. She can talk him
can
into
mind
it.
fuck 'em.
Sure.
Hey, if you want this A,
He's
you
probably got
gotta
a
do
hard on in
this.
class and he can't stand up. She's probably
I
like,
don't think he does.
probably like, what's going on with your dick over there? When I was 17, I was all about
Your
trying to
teachers?
bang.
Your teacher?
Oh, fuck,
That one?
Yeah. I mean, let's not get carried away. But
I'm just saying, but I think the reason why she got arrested
Sure,
is
you
'cause
have to arrest
she's in a
her.
position of power.
you are a teacher. No,
Dude, when I was 17 and a teacher hit on me, I'm like, yeah, I guess I have to come after school and fuck around with her.
well, you do have to arrest her. I'm not saying you don't arrest her. I just feel bad about the situation, I guess. And a lot of times I don't. But with that, I just.
Oh, I like it when
makes me sad.
it's a double standard.
Makes
When
me
it's a
feel sad.
hot teacher, oof,
I know.
man.
I know. I'm
Fantastic.
Like, but you still have to. It's still not allowed. Hey, if you're a teacher, you can't. You can't. Right?
No, unless you're hot. What?
If you're a teacher of anything, you gotta lay off the kid. Like,
But what
That's just it.
what about college professors? Where the kid's like 24, 25?
I sympathize.
What if,
Still,
it's, what,
let 'em
what if she's
fucking
getting her
grad-
master's?
That's
gotta let
not
them
illegal.
graduate.
That's not illegal. That
the
might
teacher,
be against,
the teacher get fired.
It might
against
sometimes.
policy.
Sometimes, but that happens all the time.
Homeboy from McDonald's he's fucking 50, fucking
'cause he a
20
fellow
something year old,
employee, right?
and he got fired because she was a cashier at McDonald's.
Sure, but
He got 70 mil.
he did.
Well, you got to pay the man out. You just can't let him go. CEO of McDonald's. Create the McRib.
Sometimes all that stuff is that's not illegal. That's against policy, so you'll lose your job. This is
Like the players can't sleep with the cheerleaders.
Yeah, the
Like,
cops
you
are
can't
not going to
do-
arrest you. You can
the
lose your
players
job.
can't sleep with the cheerleaders.
Absolutely not.
Why?
Frowned upon.
It's frowned upon. It's frowned upon.
Yeah,
in
it's
this
weird. Huh?
establishment.
I know. Yeah.
That's weird.
What happened
like
to this
that'd
guy?
be
He was
more
having sex with the
motivating if they
cashier.
could.
With a McDonald's employee, and he's the CEO.
what? So
Consensual
what?
relationship.
Why is that bad?
Why would you care?
Yeah, why is that
I
bad?
guess because you could give her because he's the big dog.
Yeah, it's a
All of a
liability.
sudden, she's getting promoted.
It's a liability, I guess.
It's a very interesting thing because every situation we make laws that are black and white, and we make rules and policies that are black and white. But really, every situation is unique. Was this bad? Was this abusive? Or was
Yeah.
it not?
Was he-
Because you can be in a whole other situation and just be a fucking mentalist, like David Blaine somebody and completely trick some girl
Mm-hmm.
into having sex with you, but you don't have any other relation. It's like, oh, I'm just being a pickup artist.
Yeah.
We're using like heavy psychological influence techniques.
Well, Harvey Weinstein, right?
Right, or that's
that was different.
actual
That's different.
power.
That's different.
But
Well, in some cases,
He's a rapist.
Well, no, in some cases, in other cases, like if you want to be in Pretty Woman 2, you're gonna have to suck this dick. And there were a lot of girls who went, "All right, that sounds good to me." Like that. That's where.
so that's using leverage. That's
And
using
power, right?
leverage and power.
'Cause he
And
has
the
the
other
power
one
to
is
put him in
just
movies.
using like influence and this kind of like
But let me ask you this.
seductive black
Let me ask you
magic.
this.
Is anything
Sometimes,
wrong with
sometimes
using them?
guys are attractive to women, right?
'Cause
And
it-
part of what makes them attractive is the fact that they're seductive, they're intelligent, and there are a lot of young women that are into that.
No doubt.
So now,
And
how do we
and-
deal
and
with
so
that?
is power, and power is attractive too.
Yeah.
So like all of these.
But my
things,
thing
it
is
just
though, if
depends
you
on what
work
the
with
intent
somebody,
is.
if you work with somebody, if you have a workplace, because of all of this stuff, it would be always better to err on the side of caution.
Here's the thing: most relationships start in
That's
a work
right.
environment.
That's right. And I don't think it's going to make people happier.
Well, where are you going to meet people?
I don't think it's gonna
and
make
that's
you
how you get to
happier.
know
You're gonna meet
people.
people.
You're in the same cubicle.
I don't think it makes people happier.
Hey, Mary, how's it going? You see her every day.
And the
Damn,
guy in
she's
authority,
hot.
position in
We
authority
can't
is attractive.
date? You know what I'm saying?
It's
you
about,
and you are going to
That's
date.
a
People are
problem.
gonna date.
It's
Yeah.
a deep problem with law because really we should be judging intention rather than actual like the
Exactly.
things. We
Well,
should be
people
judging
abuse
what
it, right?
people are doing. I actually spent time with like a super pastor this past weekend, and someone asked him about cuss words, like saying fuck or something like that. And he's a cool guy, and he's like, you know what? The words don't matter. It matters what the intent was. If like they
Correct.
were intending, even if you say like God damn it. He's like, they were talking even about saying that.
Yeah,
He's
say it
a
all the
pastor,
time.
right? He's like, that doesn't mean anything if you didn't mean God damn it.
Yeah,
like if
damn
you
the
weren't
guy,
actually
yeah.
like damning this or like actually like intending to say something derogatory about divinity in general. Like you're just saying a phrase, it doesn't fucking mean anything. You know what I mean? So like, but religion has these doctrines that say like, don't say these blasphemous words,
silly.
or schools have these things, don't say these bad words.
This
But it's
preacher
like-
was cool with it though.
Yeah, he was cool with
I'd
it.
cuss
And
up
I was
a
like,
storm, though.
that's awesome.
I'd say fuck yeah.
That's off. Exactly. Fuck yeah. Like that's the truth.
Was he a younger guy?
Yeah, for sure.
And dressed pretty cool.
Yep.
Yep. That's how he. Yep.
Yeah, and he was dope.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, you get it. It's not about what you say. It's about what
This
your
is
intent
weird. They say McDonald's CEO could fire for consensual, and they put that in quotes, relationship with, well, you know, if it was a relationship, a lot of these relationships are consensual.
It's just against their policy, though.
That's
It's just
the
one of the
difference.
rules. Yeah.
And
It
if
sucks.
McDonald's has that policy, it makes sense, and I understand it. I understand it because
You
they
knew
don't
what
want
he
the
signed up
liability.
for?
They don't want to deal with the
But
liability.
he didn't know he signed up for love.
That's true. Hey,
You know?
dude. Hey, people get lonely. I don't give a fuck how rich you are, what kind of a CEO. You're an older guy. You're a CEO. You meet a girl. You connect. There's something about her. You guys fall in love. It just happens. Maybe fuck your job. I don't know.
maybe worth it.
Hey,
Maybe
what kind
worth
of
it.
prick snitched on him though?
Oh, God.
Imagine the pussy. It was like
A lot of people.
Oh my God, Janine is dating Gary. I gotta fire this off. Think about that asshole.
It's just we all love to watch somebody die. We love
love
it.
it.
Will
watch
failure
him
because it
burn.
makes people feel better.
We just love it. It makes us feel better
bunch
about
of
ourselves.
bitches.
Right.
You keep on keeping on, Mr. Chief Officer
Fucking
at McDonald's.
country of
No,
narcs.
not anymore.
What else you got?
Make
go.
better food.
They're doing their best.
Make better food.
They're doing their
McDonald's.
best.
Okay, so
Doing their best. Are they? What are they though?
All of us are on video all the time. You just can't do anything. Look at this. We're on video all the time.
What is this?
So a couple days ago, this video went viral. It's a mother coming up to a car where a Lyft driver and the passenger are being yelled at because the Lyft driver almost accidentally hit her kid. He wasn't paying attention. I guess they were in like a section of the road, and so they were in the way, but he also wasn't paying attention. She was really angry, went to confront the Lyft driver, and then she got mad at the passenger for recording her. And she's now being called Kids Bop Karen.
Oh, so it's racist-ish?
No, it's not racist. She's just batshit crazy.
This was the one who almost hit.
Yeah, this is the mother.
I'm sorry, really sorry.
You are?
No, it's my
It
fault.
is your fault.
Yeah, I know it's my fault. That's why I'm saying sorry.
Whoa.
Eh?
Oh, she's
She
crazy.
thinks it's cute that her driver almost hit my kids, and she thinks she needs to take a video of it instead of apologizing like a saint.
okay.
Stopping in the middle of
okay.
the road is gonna help.
You being a bitch is gonna help.
Wait,
Insane.
why is she mad at the passenger?
Because she's filming.
It's okay, I'm sorry.
He apologized.
It's my fault.
He
It's my
apologized.
fault. Yeah, I know. It's
And
my
you know what? That didn't upset me. But the bitch ass hoe
Sorry.
that told me
Bitches.
to calm down.
Oh, this lady's having a
What I'd like
rough
you
day.
to do is apologize instead of being a bitch.
You're calling me sorry, but you're calling me a bitch. So set an example.
I'm sorry. My kids can't hear me calling you a bitch.
Your window's open.
They can't hear me because they're listening to Kids Bop.
Oh wow,
Yeah, she was
that lady's
very-
having a tough day. She's also crazy.
Yeah, she was just angry about her
She's also
kid.
crazy. Yeah, she's also probably a little crazy. You know,
Yeah, a
whatever.
little crazy.
Little
little
Maybe
unhinged.
cooped up for a couple days. The kids should drive you nuts, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
She's had
video
bigger
went
issues
viral.
than that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Bob Karen.
an aggressive face.
That the tongue out was the interesting move. right out of the start. Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah,
It's a good face. It's a good face.
That was a good move.
She's very clear with her words. Is that it?
Next one?
Sure.
So this interview came out earlier today. T.I. went on a radio interview saying that he goes to the gynecologist once a year with his 18-year-old daughter. She just turned 18. And he says that every single time they go to a gynecologist, he requires the doctor to give him the results
so
to make
fucking
sure that
creepy.
her hymen is intact.
That's
So
great.
cool.
Oh no. Oh
So
no.
creepy,
That's
dude.
great.
That's his
his
daughter?
daughter. She's done a lot of work done.
That's crazy.
Kylie.
Apparently, she just turned 18. The news about this came out this
Kylie's
morning.
I don't think she's had any work done. She's just 18, so she's just young. That's how fucked up we are in our society. We see an 18-year-old, like, her skin wouldn't be that tight. Yeah, it would. She's 18. I don't believe that's work.
You want to bet, Brian? Have you ever seen her before? Have you seen before and afters? Her skin's tight. Do you think that's what I'm referring to? Or do you think her giant titties and waist and lips? You old fuck.
I don't think so. That might,
Bring up before and after, Chin.
What's her name?
They only had a show on VH1 for
Deja?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know why you do this to yourself.
I don't watch
Well,
that
you
stuff.
might be thinking of his other daughter. The oldest daughter
Yeah.
is his stepdaughter.
Nope. Bring her up.
This
before
one?
and afters, yeah. Dime
There's
piece.
one of them.
She's a dimey.
I mean,
She's very cute.
But let's talk about the thing, man. You can't fucking do that to your daughter. Like,
No,
No.
you know how crazy
Weird
that's
shit,
fucking-
man.
like, you can't-
weird.
don't do that.
That's
Like-
weird.
Boy,
She's a door.
she's 18. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
Gorgeous.
that's trouble.
Sex is like part of life. Like
Yeah.
he's just gonna repress it, and she's gonna go fucking wild.
Correct.
It's not gonna
She's
work.
gonna wild out. Man.
It's not gonna work, man.
You know what it is? In a way, it's also him like doing it's a clumsy effort at showing his daughter he loves her. It's a weird kind of fucking. It's
You don't think it's a
almost
power thing with
I think
the
it's
guy?
almost theatrical. It's almost like get her checked, and I don't even know if I believe it, even though he said it. Like sometimes it's like
Yeah, I agree.
you know what I mean. Sometimes these things
could
can
be just made up.
Yeah.
It was TMZ. Maybe
Yeah.
it may not even be
Maybe
true.
he's just fucking
But
around. Like,
but
I go to the doctor with her.
But
She-
people have that mentality though, and I think that mentality's fucked up. Where it's like, oh, it's cool if my son has sex, but if my daughter has sex, fuck that.
Yeah.
like that's not right.
That's always like
That's
what you
always
say in
been the
public,
case.
just as a joke, and yeah.
But like,
Yeah, he could be joking.
Anybody who has a daughter like I do knows that you have very little control of their behavior at the end of the day. You're not doing these.
We got to raise him right.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
control you
raise
have.
them right and
Raise
love
a
them.
good
That's
person
right.
and don't raise a
and
whore.
That's
love them no matter what, and that's going to actually cause them to like not need love and validation through other things that
Yeah.
they have to get. Some guy who's willing to give them a little bit of love to put
But
his
they
dick
didn't
in
get
her.
at home, yeah.
Yeah, they won't need that because they're already like full of their own self love and their own love from their family, and so
Well,
that's the
but
best
T.I.'s
fucking thing you can do.
T.I.'s daughter. Let's figure it out, man. She's rhyming.
She's a virgin, Brendan. I want you to stay away.
I also don't buy that either.
All right, well, neither
What
do
else
I.
we got?
There's a hero here in Oakland. He saved this guy who fell off the train, the edge of the train area, and just in the nick of time actually pulled him up. And you'll see how close this was. So he actually works at the BART station there. So this guy's walking, doesn't pay attention.
He's on his phone.
Falls down. Yep.
Oh!
And then check this out. Look how fast it is. Boom.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Wow.
It's after.
Bro.
That was like Batman. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
He's on his phone. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
And probably
Whoa.
he's drinking because it was a Raiders game.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that's so
Oh,
close.
God. That
Oh,
was as
my
close as it
God,
gets.
that's close.
He's going to lose his legs. Well, he'd be dead for sure.
And that's them embracing the guy that works at the BART station and the guy that
Which guy fell?
the guy in the black shirt.
Wow, that's fucking amazing. What a badass.
People are crying and emotional, of course.
Is that guy crying?
You know what? Have you,
Oh, the guy that got saved. I
have
think he
you
was
guys
crying.
ever
yeah.
been in like a disaster situation and seen what happened? Like what your reactions are? 'Cause
People
it's-
slow down and
it's
actually help
weird.
each other.
It's weird because like when something crazy happens, a lot of people freeze.
Yes.
Like I was in Australia, right? And I'm in Australia and we're with a bunch of people in my kitchen, and there's a trick where you can light regular Bundaberg rum off the spout and pour it in your mouth, and it'll go out by the time it hits your mouth. Well, this dude tried to do it with so you get what I'm saying? Like you light the stream of alcohol.
So the fire goes in
and
your
the
mouth.
fire goes in, no, but it goes out
Before it hits your
before
mouth.
it hits your mouth because
Okay.
it's not
You
that
guys are
strong a
partying, by
rum.
the way. Partying.
Right, we're partying
Hard.
for hard.
Yeah, 'cause White
anyways,
said,
this dude tries it with overproof rum. So instead of it being like 70 proof, it was 110 proof.
that's not going on.
right. So he lights it, it doesn't fucking go out.
Hell yeah.
And then he pours it, so it's all over his face. So we're in my kitchen and
Yes.
his face is on fire.
Yeah, now we're
his
talking
face
about
is
a
on
bomb.
fire like a fucking cartoon.
Jesus
it was
Christ.
insane.
Jesus
Yes.
And
Christ.
4 people are there with me, frozen, just looking at him like,
Yeah.
Let him
and
burn.
I'm doing something, but I'm not doing the right thing. There was like towels I could have thrown over his face.
Yeah.
I just went to the faucet.
That's what I would've
I went to
done.
the
Splash
faucet and
water?
started splashing water on his face.
Yeah.
At least I was in motion, but I couldn't think clearly enough
A lot of people
to do the
freeze.
right thing.
Like,
That-
if,
that's-
if people haven't been in high pressure situations,
Yeah.
whatever it is, fighting, whatever, it's car accidents. If you've never been in soldiers in real high pressure situations, that's what people.
That's why you have
they
to
don't know what
rehearse
do.
it. You rehearse
like crazy shit.
as live as you can possibly,
Yeah.
because they always say you sink to the level of your training. You don't rise to the occasion. So many people in burning buildings, they would find them.
This drives me nuts when you tell me this.
They're pulling the door as opposed to pushing the door.
Come on, man.
But they do.
But if
What
this,
happens-
I'm like, oh fuck.
I know, but they're freaking out and trying. to
That
pull.
bums me out.
And you see that all the time. Well, it's also like when now with the FBI, they don't allow you to pick your shells up after you shoot. So it used to be on the shooting range, you pick your shells up because you get them out of the way of the person who's there, right?
Yeah.
Don't do that anymore.
Why?
Because they found FBI agents and police officers dead because they stopped to pick their fucking shells up because they in a high pressure situation,
Oh,
you
it
go
was
back to your
repetition.
training.
Boom.
Here's the other thing:
Boom.
when you practice disarming a gun, you take it out of your partner's hand and you give the gun back to your partner, and he does it to you, and you go back and forth.
And they would give the gun back.
Problem is, there was a guy who was with his partner, and he took the gun
He's
away
the
from
exception,
the guy,
though.
took the gun away, and gave it back to and his partner had to shoot him because he had been practicing that. So in anything you do, you have to practice for the real thing, or you will revert back to those. When you practice something, you practice the wrong thing, you're going to get good at the wrong thing.
And
Well, certain people, it just depends too. Like if you've been in high pressure situations, whatever it is, in a different field, and you get put in that same high pressure situation, you're gonna react different than everybody else.
You're gonna
where
think
everybody
more
else freaks
clearly.
the fuck out, or
Yeah, you're gonna be able to-
things are gonna be a little slower for you.
Right.
my friend Roger Huerta was one of those people who would do the right thing in those situations. I saw him in a couple things where like one, like a ladder was falling over, right? And all of us, someone was on the ladder, everybody's like, oh, like just looking, and he just like runs underneath and just holds it.
Well, Roger Huerta's been in some intense situations where he's had to think.
He's a fighter?
Right, yeah.
Was
fighter.
top UFC
Top
fighter
fighter
for a long time.
So like there's some people who can universally apply, because you can never practice for your friend's face catching fire. Like you would never really mentally rehearse that idea, right? Your friend's face.
What happened to your
He was
friend?
fine, all right. All his hair got burned off, his eyelashes, his eyebrows, he had some burns.
Could have been way worse.
Could have been way worse.
Jesus Christ.
Way worse.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
But this guy, I mean, the impressive thing is like he didn't freeze, and he did the right thing, and he acted immediately.
Yeah.
And that's a rare human. It's a special human.
Yeah,
He
it
did
is.
that.
No hesitation.
Yeah.
Saves
else
your
you got?
goddamn life.
I got this one. Did you know that Kelly Clarkson and John Legend are redoing that song "Baby It's Cold
That's
Outside"?
A great song.
Oh, good thing they're
That's
remaking
so
it.
rapey.
You know why they're they're remaking it because of the rapiness. So they're changing the lyrics, and the lyrics are really, really bad.
Why fuck with it? What else?
Because it's
what-
so rapey.
Is it?
It is.
But it's also just a Christmas song.
Baby, it's
It is
cold
Christmas.
Is this the new,
outside.
what's the old lyrics?
Well, look at the new one first. What will my friends think?
What will my things? I think they should rejoice. If I have one more drink, it's your body, your choice. And I really can't stay. I've got to go away.
I can call you.
I can call you a ride.
Fuck you.
God.
Trying to keep
know what?
you there.
Sometimes I hate people.
So do I.
Sometimes I hate
And I hate
people.
politically correct culture.
Let me see. What?
I hate
the
how
old-
it's
go to the
fucking
old
with
lyrics.
art.
Is this?
Fuck
Where's the
you.
original?
Fuck you.
Was the original that creepy?
I thought
your
so,
political
man. I thought
correctness.
it- I think it's like
Where we need to
hilarious.
Fuck
change it,
that.
though?
It's a great song. No,
No, I don't. I don't think you need to. Change
No, it doesn't stop rape. It doesn't. It's like fuck off.
No rapist like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
I really can't stay, but baby, it's cold. I said I've got to go away,
I
but
know
baby, it's
someone.
cold this evening. Been hoping that you drop in, so very nice. I'll hold your hand. They're like, guys, my mom will start to worry. He says, what's your hurry? My father will be pacing. He says, girl, check out the fire. So really, I better scurry. Come on, don't go. But maybe just half a drink more. Put some records on while I pour. The neighbors might think, baby, it's bad out there.
This is the one.
Say what's in the drink. No cabs to be had, bitch.
You can't go anywhere.
Come on,
it's too
you
cold.
ain't going
you
nowhere.
Got no rides.
Only thing you rides
Just
is
drink.
Only thing you
We'll
rides
see
is
what's gonna
dick.
happen.
I wish I knew how. Your eyes are like starlight to break this spell. I'll take your hat. Your hair looks swell. So basically, just on the line
I ought to say no, sir. Mind if I move in closer?
At least, I really
He's
can't
seducing
stay.
her.
My sister will be
This
suspicious.
is questionable.
And he goes, gosh, your lips look delicious. It's pretty aggressive. My brother will be there at the
aggressive.
door.
Bullshit.
Waves upon the
It's a
tropical
great
shore.
classic song. It doesn't create rape culture. It doesn't make people more rapey.
No, I'm not
Bullshit.
saying it
It's
has
all-
that effect,
it's
but
just virtue
it's
signaling and a bunch of
creepy
fucking
song.
idiots.
It's a creepy song.
Depending on how you look at it, otherwise, I never thought. I've heard this song 1,000 times. I never once thought of it that way. I thought of it. It was just a good tune. I thought of it as the guy in love with her. She likes him too, but she wants to wait a little longer, and they're trying to
That's a
negotiate.
lovely story, Brian.
Seduction.
It seems like she's dying to get out of there, and he's not having it.
Yeah, exactly. There's no cabs to be had.
She's like, man, I really want to get going, but there's no
can I-
cabs out there.
I really can't.
Man, I really don't want another drink. Let's do one more.
Yeah, can you
One
get me
more.
an Uber? Oh, there's no Uber. Uber's down.
No, every guy's
You know,
like, hey, just hang out, whatever. We're just hanging out, have another drink. I mean, every guy's done that. Doesn't mean you're a rapist. You're trying to keep him there because you like him. The fuck
He's
out
trying,
of here.
to keep the ball in
Get the
there,
fuck-
bro.
yeah,
He's
take
trying to
your-
volley this
take
thing.
your politically
She's
correct
sitting with
bullshit.
every fucking angle. He's like, there's so much
this
snow
politically
now.
correct horseshit is so bad and so full of shit.
The other lyrics are just
The
so
other lyrics are horrible.
Gay.
Those
Like
other
that?
lyrics are horrible.
Oh, you know what?
you
How
guys.
about I'll get you? I'll call an Uber.
Let's just leave this song alone.
Yeah.
Just let it fade off.
Yeah, or whatever, or sing it and tell
It's your
everybody
body.
to
It's
fuck
your
themselves.
choice.
Shut up.
God, and can you just picture John Legend going, "It's your body. It's your choice."
Fuck you.
Oh God.
Fucking boring people. Fucking bores. You fucking bores. You unfunny.
What will my friends
unsexy
think?
Bores.
He goes,
I didn't even
think
think of
they
it.
should
I never even
rejoice.
thought of it until these motherfuckers brought it
If
up.
I have
Now
one
I'm
more
like,
drink, it's your body. It's your
"Done with
choice.
this shit.
I really can't stay.
I really.
I've got to go away. I can call you a ride. This guy sounds like a quitter. Is what he sounds like.
I agree, man.
You got kind of a voice on you, man. You could do some things.
Yeah, a little
right?
bit. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
A little bit.
I'm impressed.
Thanks, dude.
Baritone,
Baritone.
warm.
Well,
You could do your own Christmas. You could do a Christmas album.
well, I'm glad you brought that up. Me and Michael Bublé are going to do something. He only does
Big
Christmas.
Big Brown's Christmas.
Yeah.
Big Brown's Christmas could be a platinum record.
All energy's left Brian's has left Brian's body
No, I'm.
on your phone.
That's not true. That's not true.
I can always tell. I can always tell. There it is.
Let's do an on ad.
51 years old, ladies and gentlemen.
What's your favorite on product that you use most often?
No, terrible ad. Dude, check this out. On it has their new coffee. What is it? Kick-Ass
Fuck yeah.
coffee? Dude,
Fuck
it's
yeah,
Black
coffee.
Rifle, best coffee on planet Earth. And on it combined, it's called Kick-Ass Coffee.
Fuck
Fuck yeah, coffee.
It's Fuck Yeah Coffee.
Fuck yeah, coffee.
Fuck Yeah Coffee.
How's it work?
I posted on my story this morning. You know, I take so much shit as far as, you know, uppers and caffeine. It takes a lot to get me going. I drink probably 8 cups of coffee in the morning. I text you this morning, you and Matt, on a group fucking text. I had 1 cup of that. I was a fucking booming.
Really?
I was on that Peloton.
It's got extra caffeine?
So it's
Crystals.
So they
Meth.
Yeah, they roast the bean. They roast the beans, so it's Black Rifle coffee. They do a great job roasting the beans, but then they add caffeine crystals into the beans
You can see 'em.
themselves. So it's like, you know, like when you get that nice nugget of, well, now everybody gets like pre-rolled joints, but you used to get that nice nugget of weed and it had all the crystals on it, and it was
Yeah.
like, wow, this is some Kush.
Yeah.
You know, these are like Kush beans.
Yeah,
because they
dude.
got that extra caffeine crystals
Oh,
on them.
dude. I'm telling
Fucking
you.
Kush
It takes
beans.
Let's say if I go to, I usually drink Black Rifle, but if I don't, and I'm at Starbucks, if I'm at Starbucks, I get like Americano. I get, so they put whatever 3 shots in it. I usually do 4 to 5. That does
God.
nothing to your boy.
Yeah.
That does. I can drink that and go to sleep. I took 1 cup of this, and I'm telling you, dude.
You were shaking.
Nope.
Nope, just
Oh,
good.
don't get
just
crazy.
on fire.
Still
Just
good.
not fading.
No,
Like
not
you- like
fading.
right now.
You should have had some.
I'm all about it.
All energy left your body.
Fuck yeah, coffee from Onnit. Onnit.com/fighter. 10% off.
Put some fucking almond milk latte MCT oil in that shit too. Why not?
Why not?
It's
Some of that.
got your fucking
Got
beautiful
my face
on
on
there
it,
and a
dude.
teddy bear on there.
That's my face on there, dude.
Yeah, you get keto as fuck while
Dude,
you're
I
doing
love the
it.
bag. Who designed the bag on it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's dope.
90s rad.
Dude, I can't wait for our Kung Fu commercial to come out.
That's gonna be dope.
It's pronounced Kung Fu. Yeah, it's
true.
gonna be fun. That was fun. Your plantar fasciitis.
Hey, I want to tell you guys. Look, I know a lot of people who do stuff like this, and I have a lot of like business related people. But you guys are really good friends.
Thanks,
Like
buddy.
you guys are really, really
The
good.
3 of us?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you
man.
guys are good friends to each other, to me. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I just want everybody to know, like, you guys are really good, like, really good friends.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
we
you,
love
man.
you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
I love you guys too.
100%.
Yeah, we appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
We've always felt that way. The one thing I remember about you is when we said, "What do you want us to say about Onnit?" When we first became,
Do another promotion.
and you go like
thing?
this. You go, just be honest. And I was like, this motherfucker's that honest. I just always loved that about you. You've always tackled whatever challenges you have, and you're trying to do it you do it the best you can with this whole situation, with this celibacy thing.
And I'll let you know when
Yeah.
if someone sits on my face or whatever happens.
Hey, if someone sits on
Or
your
on
face,
my
that's
face.
cheating.
Or on my face.
Text me,
yeah,
dude.
I'll tell you. I'll let you know. Yeah,
text
I'll
me.
keep you posted.
Yeah.
and I'll also like
There's
shoot
no way.
people. I'll funnel people your way.
Use my face,
You use your face.
as a surrogate.
I'm just gonna say they're just gonna laugh until they come.
And there's nothing wrong with laughing and coming. And if you don't like laughing and coming, then stay
What's
away from
wrong
me.
with you?
And I'm going
You
to
know what
film
I mean?
it. I'm going to film it.
I don't know about that. Because you don't have permits.
I thought we had a plan.
All right, maybe. Just don't put it on
Should be
YouTube.
Jack in the corner.
Or
filming,
do.
dude.
Or do put it on
In a
YouTube.
mask.
Yeah. A fucking mask.
Well, thanks for coming on, dude.
Aubrey Marcus, we love you.
We love
buddy.
you, man.
Thanks, pal.
Love you guys too. Thanks.
This, the Fighter Kid. We're out.